How much money do you really need to start turning things around? If you're waiting for a giant raise, a bonus, or some magical number in your savings account to finally feel in control of your money, I want you to stop right now, because the most powerful financial shift doesn't start with thousands. It starts with your first $100. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what to do with it to build a cash flow system that works for you, not against you. First, let's get on the same page. When I say cash flow, I don't just mean your paycheck. I mean the daily movement of money in and out of your life. For most people, that flow feels like a chaotic river. Money comes in from one source, and immediately, a dozen different channels pull it away. Rent, car payment, groceries, utilities, subscriptions you forgot about, debt payments. The water rushes in and then it's gone, and you're left standing in the bed, wondering where it all went. You're not managing the flow. You're just standing in the middle of it, getting pushed downstream by the current. Strong cash flow means you build a dam. Not a dam that stops everything, but a smart irrigation system. You put in gates and channels. You take a small amount of that water, and you divert it, you hold it back, you send it to a specific place where it can do a specific job before the rest flows out to its usual destinations. That's the shift. You go from being a passive observer caught in the current to being the engineer, the person at the control panel deciding where the water goes. And you don't need to reroute the whole river to start. You just need to build your first smallest channel. So, where does that first $100 go? It is too important to vanish into your checking account. It cannot become a little extra that gets absorbed by the chaos. This $100 is the seed. It is the founding member, the first soldier in your new financial stronghold. Think of this as your command center for cash flow. We are going to split this $100 into 3 specific forces. Each force has a unique, non-negotiable mission. This is not a suggestion, it is a deployment. You are a general assigning troops. You have $100. Here is your battle plan. Force number 1 is the peacekeeper. We will assign $40 to this force. This $40 goes into a separate, distinct place the moment you get it. This could be a separate savings pocket in your online bank. Many apps like Ally or Capital One let you create these little sub-accounts and name them. It could be a digital envelope in an app like Cube or Good Budget. If you want to start completely physical, it is a literal envelope in a drawer marked Peacekeeper. Its only job is to handle the first, tiny, unexpected thing that would normally throw your entire week into panic. The $12 copay at the doctor's office you forgot about. The extra gallon of milk you need because you burned dinner. The gas you need to get to an unexpected appointment across town. The school project supplies your kid tells you about at 8 p.m. These are not life-shattering emergencies. They are life's constant, tiny friction. Before the Peacekeeper, a $12 problem would cause a chain reaction. You'd be short $12 for groceries, so you might put a bigger charge on the credit card, which accrues interest, which makes next month's balance higher, which adds stress. The Peacekeeper stops that domino effect on the very first domino. You pay the $12 from this fund. The problem is solved. No debt is created. No other part of your budget is raided. Your main cash flow for bills remains untouched. You have just protected your system from its most common leak. This force does not earn interest. Its value is not in growth. Its value is in instant, calm defense. It buys you peace of mind for $40. Force number 2 is the debt destroyer. Another $40 is assigned here. This is your offensive move. This is you going on the attack. You take this $40 and you apply it directly as an extra payment to the smallest balance debt you have, not the one with the highest interest rate. We will get to that later. The smallest. This could be a remaining balance on a medical bill, a small credit card, a buy now, pay later installment, a personal loan from a family member. Why the smallest? Because personal finance is 80% psychology and 20% math. Your brain needs wins. It needs proof that this works. Your goal right now is not mathematical optimization. It is momentum. Paying off an entire debt, zeroing out a balance no matter how small, is a complete and total victory. It is a closed chapter. It proves the system works in a way that seeing a large balance dip by a tiny percentage never can. When you pay off that first small debt, something magical happens. You not only eliminate that debt, but you also free up the minimum monthly payment you were making on it. That minimum payment is now captured cash flow. Next month, when you deploy your next $100, the $40 assigned to the debt destroyer will be joined by that freed up minimum payment. So if your minimum was $10, your debt destroyer force is now $50. You are attacking the next smallest debt with more power. This is how you create a snowball of momentum. You are not just throwing money at a mountain. You are systematically dismantling it, one rock at a time, and using the rubble to build a bigger tool to break the next rock. This force changes your relationship with debt from one of hopelessness to one of active, successful combat. Force number 3 is the future builder. The final $20 goes here. This is an act of faith in your own future. This $20 goes into a separate savings account. Your high-yield savings account is perfect for this. This account has one rule. You do not touch it for bills, for surprises, for anything short of a true catastrophic emergency. Its job is simply to sit there and exist, to grow slowly, to be the seed. For so long, if you've lived paycheck to paycheck, the idea of having money that just sits has been foreign. All money has had an immediate job. The future builder's job is to change your identity. Its presence in your account, however small, begins to change your internal story from "I am someone who can't save" to "I am someone who is building." It is tangible evidence that accumulation is possible. This $20 won't change your life, but the habit of putting $20, then another $20, then another $20 into an account that is only for your future self. That habit is revolutionary. It builds the muscle of delayed gratification. It is the foundation upon which your emergency fund and eventual investments will be built. It is quiet, patient, and absolutely essential. Now, what happens next? This is not a one-time trick. This is your new operating system. When you manage to save or redirect your next $100, you repeat the process in the exact same proportions. Another $40 to the peacekeeper fund, another $40, plus any freed-up minimum payments to the debt destroyer, another $20 to the future builder. The system scales beautifully. Your peacekeeper fund will grow from $40 to $80 to $120. Soon, it can handle not just a $12 copay, but a $60 trip to the vet for shots, or a $100 car battery replacement without you ever feeling a flinch of panic or reaching for credit. Your debt destroyer force gains power and speed with every debt you eliminate, rolling over the payments into attacking the next one. Your future builder fund slowly blossoms from a seed into a seedling, showing you that yes, you can have money that isn't spoken for. This system creates what I call layers of resilience. Most people have no layers. They have income and they have expenses, and when a surprise comes, it smashes directly into their checking account, causing overdrafts, debt, and stress. With this $100 stronghold, you are building layers. The peacekeeper is your first thin layer of foam. It absorbs the smallest shocks completely. As it grows, it becomes a thicker layer. The act of destroying debt is removing sharp rocks from your path so you can walk without injury. The future builder is you planting a tree that will one day give you shade. You are not just living in the financial landscape. You are actively, thoughtfully terraforming it to be safer and more fruitful for yourself. You are building buffers and space between you and life's constant demands. That space is where breathing room lives. That space is where you finally get to make choices instead of just reacting.